Hey everybody, XEI here. Welcome back to a channel update for November. And the big news for what happened in October is Dragon Age Inquisition started like 3 weeks earlier. I thought I was going to start Dragon Age Inquisition right now, and I would have given myself October to get through novels instead. Part of the reason for that is I thought that I wasn't going to ramp through the end of Mass Effect 3, but I took a week off of work. I just got through the game. I just wanted it off the list so that I could have, because I knew there was going to be a lot of complications in October in regards to my time, and I just wanted to make sure I had it as lean as possible because I wanted to get through the 3 novels as well for Dragon Age, and before I started Inquisition. But of course I couldn't stop myself. I went to Dragon Age Keep. I've just made sure like that everything was in order, and by looking at that and going back to that time, I was like, I think I've done it. Like all it took was me going back to Dragon Age Keep, and I'm like, nope. As soon as I get approval from the community that everything looks good to go, I don't have to fix anything. Tell me how I'm supposed to ensure that the import happens. Let me see how that works. So I went in fully expecting that it was going to be an early start. And I didn't go into it thinking I would have regular releases, but because I didn't add a second game to the list, because I figured, again, time constraints, it's a little bit difficult for me to swap through games and manage my time in the evenings and weekends right now because of some changes in my life. And so yeah, that's I just figured it would be Inquisition. It'd be Inquisition, and that would be it. And so you can tell by the schedule that the uploads, it was probably like a third of the videos went on to the channel during October, and so things just generally slowed down, which is also perfectly fine for the channel. Things did start speeding back up again once Inquisition started, and then by the end of the month I wanted to play some of those smaller games because it was Halloween. I wanted to play a Halloween game, and I knew that the Kingdom New Lands had an update that happens every year. It's a patch that goes in, and in that patch it adds thematic content to the holiday. I think Thanksgiving has another one. Is it Thanksgiving? No, it's Christmas. I think you get a reindeer, maybe. I don't remember, but I know there's 2 holidays, I believe, where a patch will go out. You have like 2 days to play the game, and then there's going to be special content that's only there for those 2 days, and then it gets patched back out. And so I just wanted to make sure I got the Nightmare, or the Bone Mare, I guess it's called, in New Lands, so that I could try to get to Skull Island. But I failed miserably. I got 1 episode up on the channel of my attempt to get to Skull Island. I lost right at the end, but I played 3 other attempts. I think I played for about 5 hours that day, and I went to bed really late, got up for work. I got super tired, and then I started getting sick, and so I had to take the Thursday off because I was like, I gotta sleep in. I'm destroyed. And then because I took that Thursday off, I stupidly, instead of like sleeping and resting, I played Sheltered, and I played a couple hours worth of Sheltered, and that was only to test it out. It was a Halloween sale, and I got that game. I got Finding Paradise, which turns out I played a bird story, and there was some bonus content I forgot to play for To the Moon. I'll bring that to the channel as well, probably this month. And then Finding Paradise came on sale at the same time as Sheltered, so I got that as well. I also got the Stanley Parable, which I intended to play on the day off because I was sick. But because I was sick, I actually did rest that day because I was not feeling good. Which is like I don't learn, because then yesterday I was up until 6 in the morning clearing Metal Gear Solid, which is finally that's gonna complete. I'll have the last episodes up the first week of November. Essentially, I'm cutting through them. I'm exhausted. I'm on 3 hours of sleep right now because of the damn game. I thought I was like, I only got what, maybe 2 or 3 hours left of this game. 2 hours, whatever. It's 1 in the morning. I'll just think, whatever. I'll play till 3 in the morning. It's good. No, I played until 6. So no. That was bad for me. It's bad for my health. What else is left? I want to start a second game. Talking about not having time and not not doing this, but I want to start BioShock 2 hopefully this month. So I'm gonna see how Inquisition goes. I'll probably go 2 weeks into November before I make an actual call on this. I want Inquisition to be in a healthy place. It feels like I got a good handle on it, but there's still a couple things. I just gotta get a little smoother with Inquisition before I fragment myself. Because it'll be 2 gameplays, and when I have 2 gameplay, it plays on the floor. And then I have Borderlands 2 with the group, so I just want to make sure I reduce the amount of gameplay stuff in my head, because I do switch games like after a week or 2, and I forget keys, and I have to remap in the first 15 minutes. It's a pain in the ass. So I'm horrible at that. What else is left? The novels for Dragon Age. I finished The Stolen Throne. It was great. It was a great novel. It's funny because, not funny, it was kind of weird because you get through the middle half of the novel and it's like you know it's building up to something, it's putting in all the pieces, but it's still kind of there's like breathing room as they're telling you the story of Logain and Merrick and Rowan, and then you get these other, anyway, I don't want to get too into it because this is an update vlog, but yeah, and then you get to the last, I don't know, 50 pages of that novel. The last 50 pages are great, man. You just like everything, it's just this tidal wave of stuff resolving in ways where you're like, oh my god, like this is like, I was like, it was a breather, but then there was no breather. You just kind of get into, anyways. And then The Calling, I just started The Calling, and that's all I'll say about that. I'm 2 chapters into The Calling. Right away, some stuff gets introduced. Well, in Inquisition, Fiona gets introduced, and she's in the first 2 pages of the novel. She gets introduced, so I was like, oh, that name is familiar. So it sort of spoils the novel because it's like, well, she's not going to die. Whatever's going to happen, she's not going to die, right? That sort of thing. But I also, I get to find out what the journey is of her getting to that position, if it's in the novel or not. But the point is like, this is years ago. So I'm looking forward to that book because I like Duncan as a character, and I'm curious about just I think there's a comment about there's a lot of theory stuff that comes from that novel, and I'm up for that. I'm up for just pulling in lore and seeing what happens. I suspect the same thing is going to happen by the end of Dragon Age Inquisition that happened in Mass Effect 3. It's going to get to the very last end, like the point of no return, end of the plot, where everything's coming together. All of the setup is starting to have its like all of the reveals are happening and all of the payoffs, and the same thing that happened with Mass Effect 3. I've got fan theories. I've got headcanon theories that I don't talk about all the ideas because I don't want those ideas to get out there, and I don't want them influenced by people reinforcing the ideas or think that I know something that I don't actually know. It's all just speculation. And so I leak that out in character based on what the game is telling me. So if Inquisition drops something, that opens up a door for me to go, okay, I think I can talk about this I can seed what my idea is about this, and so I'll do some of that through the character itself, because Somley is he's kind of a doorway into the possibility of me revealing some of my ideas about what I believe the setting is all about. And then I have fan theories that I suspect are going to go well beyond what is presented in Inquisition, and we'll see. We'll see what happens via the game and what the game gives me first, and then we'll have a talk by the end of it, and I'll share my thoughts on all of that. I think that's going to be exciting. What else do I have to talk about? I think that's it. I'm just going to wrap this up here. I'm going to keep this one short. Again, time constraints are going to limit me, but you got Inquisition, possibly BioShock 2, Metal Gear Solid is wrapped up, coming on to the channel, and I'm possibly going to start Finding Paradise this month as well, because it's a shortish game and I can do it over a weekend, and it'll go up. There might be a couple more little things like that are spontaneous gameplay. The Stanley Parable might come up. I believe this is months ago. The request was for me to play on Thursday, as odd as that sounds. If that's the thing, then I'm going to play the Stanley Parable on a Thursday, just to see if that's the thing. Then that's when I'm going to do it. Don't spoil anything. But if you know that that's a thing, let's just say it's a thing. All right, that's it. That's it for this update. I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to explore, engage, and inspire, buddy.